when it comes down to it, what I find is that in many, many relationships, people give the other person very indirectly and they think they're doing a great job. What that means is you could have a husband, he's out all day and he's working, you know, from 9 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. And he comes in the door and he's exhausted. And his wife is looking at him and saying, like, you know, hi, I'm here, you know, like, where were you all day? And a lot of times, like, the person is like, what do you mean? Like, I just worked for 9 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours for you. What do you mean? Like, now I have to go on a walk with you, on a date with you? And what I always say, and this is true, is that what you just gave your spouse is very, very good, but it's indirect giving. That means you did not give them what they need. Your spouse is not going to feel like their batteries are charged by you walking in the door after 12 hours. They feel empty because you were not here for 12 hours. But what I do want to say is that if your spouse has so much time outside of whatever you're doing, make sure that it's joint. What does that mean? Within the Venn diagram, within the outside worlds, the thing that the person is doing, for example, let's say your spouse is at work or you're at work, whatever it is, and they're separate because I'm doing my job, he's doing his job, okay? So I'm here and he's here. If you spend the time to get to step into that world just a little bit, you will find so much bonding within those conversations. So here's what I'm saying. Certain things are center. They're both of us. We have to sit down and decide which couch we're gonna get because we're both gonna sit on the couch and it's gonna sit in our living room. So therefore it's clearly a center piece. But on the things that are on the outside, appreciate what your spouse does for you, even though it's indirect. If your husband is learning in Kailal, make sure you're participating something. What Masechta are you learning? When are you making a siyum? How could I send Danishes? Be involved. Be involved. Your husband goes to a shir at night. Anything, you know what I'm saying? Your wife has an exercise class. Oh, I'm happy to watch the kids while you do that thing. Realize that even the things that are on the fringe, on your own separate worlds, they're not really your own separate worlds. You're married to somebody. They're joint. If you save money, they save money. This is not two people. This is one unit. And as a unit, you have to look at yourself, that everything that's going on in the unit, I'm not saying that you have to become 100% blended. Husband doesn't have to drive you to your exercise class and sit outside for an hour to be yotze that he went to the exercise class. But if he participates even 2%, you'll oftentimes feel like, wow, thank you. You acknowledge that I have me time. You took over the children for that time. You gave them lunch, you gave them supper. Whatever it is, that your spouse was involved in those side of things. What I find too often with couples is that because they're separate and they do their own separate things, there's a complete separation. The wife has no idea where the husband is, what he's doing, where the money is. The husband has no idea what the wife is, who's her friends, what's her social circle, no idea. Two people living completely separate lives. And if you put those two together a little bit, you'll oftentimes find a lot of common ground.